Today, I got a good one for you. How much should I spend on my marketing? I cannot tell you how often I get this question. Hey, how much is marketing? How much is your marketing packages? And I get why dentists are asking that. This the only thing they know. It's the same reason that patients go, "Hey, how much is a crown?" It's the only question they know what to ask, right? And so you have to be able to know how much to spend on your marketing. And here's a little secret. You shouldn't be telling or asking a marketing company how much you should be spending on your marketing unless you are doing it a very specific way. Okay. So, first of all, you shouldn't just be spending an arbitrary number. Oh, marketing 3,000, oh, 5,000, 10,000, all that kind of stuff. You shouldn't be doing that. And I'm going to give you the exact formula at the end of the show on how to do this. But what's really important for you to understand is that when you are calculating your marketing, you really should be doing it either off your production or your collections. I've heard it both ways, but let's just use production for this. You want to be spending a percentage of your production based on your goals. And so what I'll give you the exact formula for that at the end. But when you go to a marketing company and you go, "Hey, how much is marketing?" They're just going to tell you how much money it costs for their average services. And it has nothing to do with your goals. And so you need to be able to start with how many new patients you actually want to grow by. That's really, 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 really important. If you're not having that conversation with your marketing company regularly, like what your goals are, how soon you want to get there, and then your operational and competition restraints, then you're not having the right conversations.
Sorry for interrupting the show, but I got something special for you. So we only got 27 more seats at our in-person event. We're going to be helping you grow in 2026. We're going to be putting together a growth map for you, helping you with attracting the right kind of team members, attracting the right kind of patients, and getting your systems in place for next year so you can actually grow. Now, this event is normally $499, but I have a discount code down below for $199. Make sure you sign up right away. There's only a few seats left. We look forward to seeing you soon. Now back to the show.
And so let's just walk through these numbers, okay? So let's say that you have 20 new patients and you want to go to 40. Now, first thing you need to do is you need to take the 20 new patients that you're currently getting and you need to figure out how many of those are coming from marketing and how many of those are coming from patient referrals. Typically, it's about a 50-50 mix, meaning if you get 20 patients a month, new patients a month, probably about 10 of those are coming from patient referrals. If you're a healthy office, somewhere 60 to 40%, somewhere in there. And the other 10 are coming from marketing. Now, you should be tracking this and you should know this, but let's just use round numbers for math's sake. So now you have 10 coming from patient referrals. So that's your actual base number is 10. Then what you need to do is you need to look at, well, how much money am I actually spending on marketing currently? So you need to look at, you're getting 10 new patients. If you're spending, let's say you're spending $10,000, well, that means you're paying $1,000 a patient. It's way too high. If you're paying $100, then you're paying $10 per patient, and it's actually really good. So now you have a solid cost to acquire a patient number or a CAC, and you want to work backwards from there. So then sometimes we have people come to us and they're spending, $1,000 or $2,000 and they're getting a bunch of new patients. First thing we say to them is spend more. Don't come over and change marketing companies. Just spend more to see if you continue to see the results go up. And sometimes there's a little bit lagging, right? Like sometimes if you're scheduling really far out, sometimes it takes a little bit of time. But that's the first thing that you want to look at is, okay, so current new patient number, how many of those are coming from marketing? How many of those are coming from patient referrals? So now we have 10 from patient referrals, 10 from marketing, 10 patient referrals is our base. So now when we go and say, okay, we're going to go work with a different company or we're going to do something different with our marketing, now you're actually starting with a 10 base, your current marketing spend, plus whatever additional marketing spend to get to your next goal. Let's say you want to get to 40, you're going to need to continue to spend to get those 10. So that goes from 10 to 20. And then you're going to need to spend from 20 to 40. And once you do that, once you get those numbers, now you have a good idea what it's going to take. And it tells you something about the marketing company. If they're not comfortable having that conversation with you and reverse engineering those numbers with you, then you have a problem. And it's pretty simple math once you understand how to break it down. You're looking at what's my cost to acquire, how fast am I getting these patients in? If you're scheduling a month out, then your marketing this month never impacts this month. It's always for next month. What's your no-show rate? What's your phone conversion? And what's your missed call rate? And once you have that, then you can simply just say, okay, well, then we need to spend another $4,000 to get to that next goal. Now, how do we know how much to spend? Like, what's an appropriate number to spend? Is it $1,000,000 a month, or is it $1,000 a month, or is it just like a round number? Because a lot of people are just like $5,000 a month. So, what is that? Like, what is the right way to do that? So, what you want to do is you want to take your production, and some people say collections. You can do collections if you want. That's a really lagging number. And so, you want to take your production, and you want to take a percentage of that and use that towards marketing. So if you're spending 1 to 3%, you're just kind of staying afloat, meaning you're covering attrition more than likely, or your marketing's barely working. Maybe you get a little bit of growth, like very, very slow growth. And again, these are general numbers, so this doesn't apply for everybody. And this is more for like GP offices or super GP offices. So you want to spend 1 to 3%. That's going to put you right in the cover attrition range. Then you want to look at 4 to 7%. This is where you get into the growth range. This is where you're going to actually start seeing growth, where your new patients are actually providing enough production and turning into more patient referrals, where your office and your production are actually growing. And then 8, 9, and 10 is where you just need to grow really, really fast. Like, as an example, I'm hiring an associate in the next month, and I just need to grow, or I need to replace all my insurances. I just dropped like 2 insurances, and I need to get more new patients that aren't as focused on just being in network with XYZ insurance. And so then you're going to spend more. So let's walk through those numbers. If your office is $100,000 a month in production, 1 to 3% is going to be $1,000 to $3,000. So you're probably not going to grow off of that. And again, some people get lucky. You get something that's like really good, or you find a little niche in your community and you grow. There's exceptions to that. I just saw a guy in our Facebook group. If you're not a member there, you should jump into it and into the growth group. And he says, man, I see 30 new patients a month. I spend $500 on marketing and I can't fit anymore. So it's awesome. Good problem to have, right? It's like, cool. He cracked a code in his area. But that doesn't happen for most people. That doesn't happen for most businesses in general. And so $1,000 to $3,000 is kind of like, you're barely getting off the ground. $4,000 to $6,000 a month is where you're going to start to see some growth with an office of that size. And $7,000 to $10,000 is where we're like, man, we're trying to get to a goal really, really fast. We want to have explosive growth. We want to double our new patients in the next 4 to 6 months. So those are the numbers. That's how you break it down. So just figure out your production. You can work it backwards. Let me know down in the comments below. Was this helpful? Are you spending enough? Are you not spending enough? Are you spending too much and not seeing growth? I would love to hear from you down in the comments, or if you have a different way that you want to figure it out. If you feel like it should be done off of collections, let me know on that. And I'd be interested to see what the discrepancies are there. Thanks so much for tuning in. You have a good day. And remember, drop a comment down below or give us a thumbs up. It really helps us. I don't have any resource to give away today. So if this was helpful to you, please let us know. Thanks so much.